good morning, good day, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. This is WeAwake and our weekly, semi-weekly group meditation, where we have people from all over the world that will stream into one of our meditation tracks, and we meditate together. And it's been proven both experientially and phenomenologically and scientifically that when people meditate together, there's actually a field of energy that's created, and that is a non-local phenomena. In other words, you don't have to be together in the same room. It happens when you're all over the world, maybe all over the universe, if it follows quantum physics. So that's kind of an amazing way that things are set up. So today we're going to we have a special guest, is Dr. Reverend Michael Clarke, and he's an old comrade of mine. And we met some years ago at a conference on integral Christianity, and we just connected, and we stayed connected. And he invited me to teach a course at the seminary that he is the principal of, or we'd say the president of, in the United States. He's the head honcho at the Codrington College in Barbados, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's the oldest seminary in this half of the world, the Western Hemisphere. So that's, man, you talk about a field of energy that's created. So I taught the first part of the course, which was called Religion as Practice. This is really a good title, really a good subject. Religion as something you do, practices you do, as opposed to just a belief set of things that you believe. So we did that online, but then the last part of it, he invited me to come to Barbados and teach the last part there and visit. And so I did. And it was the first time I'd really traveled after I'd had this big heart attack. So I was kind of, I don't know, let's see, God help me, And I went down there, and it was just a wonderful, holy experience. Like I said, there's such great energy there, and the students, they dress up in these medieval robes, so it just feels really cool. And I got to hang out with the faculty, and we'd have dinners and talk about philosophy and religion and God and all these things. It's a very, very a peak experience. And if I don't die suddenly, or maybe if I do, I don't know what death is like afterwards. Some people have some information about that, but it'll be one of the experiences that will come back to me. And anyway, I got to see Michael teach his flock, and just his presence and the respect that he's held in, and he's just a real man of God. And so we invited him to be part of this. So we're going to do one of our meditations called Hugh Grace, and it's the second track out of a 3-track collection, and it has chanting, kind of sacred voices, not kind of sacred voices, and it entrains the brain to the theta brainwave length, which is a really good kind of crossover point from the conscious mind to the deeper unconscious material. And so it's a great level for prayer and meditation, and for visionary experiences, if you will. Either just we all we hear God and hear and see in different ways. We all have. I mean, you can't limit it to one way, but it's really good for that. However, that works in your life. So this track it is 20 minutes. And after we finish the meditation, then Michael's going to do the Dharma talk. He's going to talk to us about whatever, Spirit leads him to talk about. So sit up straight, assume the position, right? You want to have your spine straight. And again, somebody told me once, sit like you're one of these statues outside of a temple in the East, where they have, meditating Buddhas and something. So act like you're, a son, a daughter of God, which you are. So sit with dignity and deeply relax, go through your shoulders, your belly, your feet, upper legs, lower legs, uh, your tongue, your jaw, all of these things. And that just allows us to get into deeper states of awareness. And here's Rex. God bless you, Rex. Hi. And this is Dr. Reverend Michael Clarke, who I've already introduced, but we're just about to start the meditation, and it's Hugh Grace, Journeying, second track, and it trains to the theta wave. So without further ado, let's go and see you on the other side.
Greetings. It is indeed a joy to be able to share with you in this talk today as we explore what it means to be a witness. This time of the year in spring, the Christian tradition focuses a lot on the Easter and the resurrection and the fact that there were persons there who were able to be witnesses to this great event. And there are in various religious traditions important events that we are always able to speak about. And we enjoy speaking of these events that more often than not were at the center of any kind of religious formation. But there's an aspect of this sense of witness that sometimes is ignored. And that is the work that is associated with the witnessing. Because however you look at it, in every faith tradition, there is that sense of the importance of being transformed, going from where you are to where you should be or where you need to be. Being able to recognize that this is a journey of becoming. And as in any journey, there must be effort expended. And so to witness is one thing, but what is of even greater importance is what work are we doing? How are we in any way investing in that call to be transformed, to be more, to show up in the world as our best self? Such work involves oftentimes going into the dark places within our lives. And sometimes when we use the term dark, persons can come up with the wrong idea. But remember that all dark is a place that has not been exposed to light. Because dark of itself has no power in and of itself. It is just the absence of light. And so the intention is that we be full of light, that every aspect of our being be full of light. So where there is darkness, it simply means that we have not allowed the light to penetrate in that area. And since we are beings of light, then we have light at our disposal. So this work then is, how do we let that light get to those places in our lives that require that light, in order that those places too may radiate? And the beauty of those places radiating is that they add to who we are. And in many ways, we can say that we have been transformed or we are being transformed because more light is coming from us. So the work is a work of enlightening, exposing, opening, releasing. These are all words that we can use as we seek to explore this work that we have been invited to do. So as we go through our meditations from day to day, part of this work is allowing ourselves to become more and more radiant. Our world really needs this radiance. When those persons who are light workers, persons that are really seeking to do this work, when we fail to do it or when we hold back from doing it, it just causes darkness to sort of spread more. And we don't need that, not in this time. This is a very enlightening time that we're going through. There's so much that is coming available to us. And so it's important that as we explore the various new ideas and new concepts, that there be a balance, that there is that inner light to balance what we're doing on the outside. We need greater balance in this world. And the balance is that internal dimension. There's so much talk about AI in these days. And when we think of AI, we think of that which is external to us. We think of the work that we have done, that others have done in bringing AI to the place it is at this point, and in many ways seeking to even go beyond. And that is fine, because that is part of our human evolution. But what of the internal work? What of the opposite development that needs to take place? As we have developed that AI outside, what it is that we need to develop inside to offer the counterbalance to that? Because we live in a world that is about balance. So it is not about destroying anything or getting rid of anything. It is always about what is the counterbalance? What is it that we need to be doing to offer the balance to this? When we look back through history and we look at the fact that many of our nature-based religious practices and faith groups were in many ways demonized and shut down, oftentimes by the sword. But that left the way for materialistic greed and mindset to take over our world. And today we have climate warming, we have the climate crisis. What if we'd allow those nature-based religions to have place to offer that counterbalance, to keep all the greed and materialism in place in check? So there's always a work to be done. That as the sons of this world, as it were, engage in exploring this world, and the children of light need to spend as much time exploring the inner dimension to offer that counterbalance, to be able to keep our world evolving and growing and allowing all of ourselves to become all that we have been made to be. So it's not just the witness, but it's also the work. So we need to sign up for the work and allow that inner work to be available to our world. We need to do this, and we need to be doing it now. So yes, we can witness to the various mythical stories and other stories of the past, but we also need to do the work now that enables us to participate in the transformation that is a part of this entire existence as a human family. Rise, let us be going, for the work awaits us. Thank you.